Go to TAPgiles.com to learn dreams, engage my services, and support the channel.
Right, so first thing is there's no normal gravity. So let's have like a global chip. So we'll put a global settings in there. And you can turn on adjust gravity and then put that down to 0. Just put that like that. And even if it's movable, nothing will really happen. But we can like make it grabbable, and in play mode you can like grab it and move it around, but gravity won't mess with it. Now we're actually going to make it rounded, a rounded cube, and we're just going to make it huge like that. We want to make like a character that can run around this, but the puppet kind of guarantees that it's upright at all times. If you put it on its side, it still uprights itself, so it doesn't really help. So that just means we can't use the puppet for this. So let's just make a simple little character, group it up, and we'll add a chip. Probably want some collision thing so that it just has a plain flat bottom to it, so when it hits the surface of the planet it will just stop with normal collision. So I'll go in here and I'll just copy that. So that's our actual collision box, and everything else will be non-collidable. So I'll make this stuff non-collidable. This one will be collidable, and I'll make it a different color. This should be invisible as well. Make it a different color, and then I'll turn off preview invisibility so I can see it again, and I'll move it into place. So now if I make that movable, I'll add like some artificial gravity to this. So I'll have a mover, and make sure this is linked up, the chip is linked up to the group. So now it's linked up to the group, and now this mover automatically inherits the fact that it's linked up to the group. And I'll just point that down. So now we've got kind of an artificial gravity. And if we were over here, you want it to point over there. So then artificial gravity would go that way. So what we really want is to have this rotate towards the ground underneath it, no matter where it is. So I'll have a laser scope to find the ground and rotate it so it points down, and make it really long so we can jump really high. And you see the little green arrow pointing up, that means it's collided with that. But we want only the actual shape of this to be what it looks for. So we'll have this be a label, have this be the scenery label, and we'll have this only look for the scenery label and nothing else. Doesn't really matter if it's visible. We'll have it ignore both. So finding that there, but then as we move, if we have that open, as we move over here, it's actually the position. You can see the arrow is pointing over that way. So we want to use that arrow to dictate what direction the mover is going to move in. So if we make that actually minus, then instead of moving to forwards in the direction of the arrow, we'll move away from the arrow, but then we'll set the arrow using the hit surface orientation. So that is that green arrow, what direction that arrow is pointing in. So I'll wire that into direction of movement. So now you can see it's kind of up and angled, just like this is up and angled. And if we move over here, it's angled more with the little green thing. It's angled more. And then the mover is angled more. So now the gravity is different, like that. And if we move it around here, gravity is very different. So, but we actually want this to be upright all the time as well. So we'll have a look at rotator. This is like the forwards direction. So we'll have that pointing up away because we want it to match the arrow we're getting down there again. Have that turned up like that. Turn that up. We can just edit this with L1 and square and just type in a load of numbers and press R2 to complete, and then it will use the maximum amount possible. And we do the same thing. It has a scene space direction and wire that in, so then it rotates to face the ground as well. If we just ease off the strength, that'll help it. So now let's just have it moving in that direction. So we'll grab that mover and we'll have it point in that direction, but we'll have it be local space so that when it starts rotating around and kind of going like that, it'll still be pointing that direction according to however it's oriented. So let's see if that works. Oh, that's in minus, that's why. So it's moving around, and now it's going around like that, and it could just go around the whole block. So that's working okay. I'm finding this, when it's moving around on here, that's basically how we'll be moving, but it's a little bit jittery maybe. Not too bad, but what we can do to ease that a little bit is edit the collision thing, and then we'll get a cube and press triangle so it's negative, so normally it cuts out like that. Let's just grab the top. I'm using L1 and square. I'm going to go to change the grip and click on one of those and press circle. So now we're grabbing it by the top, and I'll just make it a bit bigger. So it normally just cuts stuff, but if we use L1 and square and then turn up the blend amount, it'll make a little rounded bit on the bottom. That's because we are in stamp mode. If we're in smear mode, then we don't have that option because you can't blend smears. You can only blend stamps. So now, yeah, it's not too bad. And we should probably have that not have much friction at all, so that it doesn't grip too much. Yeah, that's better. Try and get rid of some of this wobble. Oh, it could be that, so I can move that down so we can get the distance and say if it's less than 0.0, if it's more than that, then power the other stuff, and power that. So while it's in the air, it's pulling, gravity is pulling down. While you're not, it's not, and then it's not wobbling so much.
Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something interesting. Go to patreon.com/TAPgiles to learn something new every day.